Okay, we're in the garage. Geoff's helping me, Jack's helping me, and we're going to put a liner in. Geoff's warming it up. I'm going to get the stuff ready in case we have to hit it. So I've got hammers and stuff. Get rid of this tripping hazard. Okay, Jack, are you primed and ready to go? Oops.
Yeah, just one.
No, you're going to go and get one of them things now.
One.
Wrap it in that stuff. Will you be ready when he comes out?
Oh yeah, smoking look.
Yeah.
Smoking.
See, if I'm doing it on my own now, I wouldn't have the guns on there.
I can keep them on right till the last second.
Yeah.
Trying to get a spot.
Oh, I ain't put the Palomar on, have I?
Yeah, you watch your fingers on the...
Yeah, I know it's going to be up. Okay, I'll be a bit... Forgot one of the processes there, Jeff.
What's that? Moving it in.
Yeah. Oh. That's bubbling, Jeff.
Oh, I told you it was that.
Hot.
Yeah. Hotsville, man.
Oh, it was on. You want to do the next one?
Yeah, keep going.
Okie dokie.
Grab it over too, is it?
No.
Not yet, gotta get
Warm it up, yeah. But it won't take long to warm up because it's right next to the one we have been warming up.
Oh, so that's why you're working down, yeah?
Yeah, but I can only do two.
Won't take as long as the first one to warm up.
Yeah. I can only do two because I have to have the boring machine on to trim the tops.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the boring machine will get fitted here to trim them two. And when them two are done, I'll fit them two and the boring machine will go there. Right, hang on a minute, let me not be caught out with the stuff this time. Well, it ain't ready. Do you want me to move that tray of stuff out of the way?
Yeah, it'd be easy without it.
Jack, that's all the stuff that's come out the end and all the metal from the boring, yeah.
It's almost like I'm the inquisitive audience member, but like in real life.
Yeah.
That's right, Jimmy.
Got that drumming stool as well.
That's going to be quite a lot.
Okay. Alright, wait, just wait a sec, Jack. I'll just... Okay, go. Just a bit of a token gesture, really, isn't it? Yeah. Just a bit of a token gesture, really. I ain't doing anything here, just directing you guys. You're doing it, ain't you? Doing all the running around. Unwrap the pipe a bit. Not quite. Take my glasses off, Jack. Jack, take my glasses off. That might be it. That's a more solid noise.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
bounce it. Yeah. Can you see why you got to be quick and on the ball?
Yeah, you can't be messing around.
Wonder why it didn't go.
I think the heat must have just soaked into it quicker.
Yeah.
Must have just been that slightly.
Yeah, I
better,
think that one was
better
tighter
contact,
than that one.
Slightly better contact between the block
Yeah.
and the liner. For that heat transfer.
Okay.
Oh, as if he knows what he's talking
Thanks,
about.
Jack. Thanks, Geoff. I'll just.
We're going to do some gardening then.
Here's my son, Jack, my faithful assistant today. Thank you, Jack. And Geoff, thank you very much.
That's alright.
As I was just saying, I can only really do two because I have to put the boring machine here, trim them flat, then I can put the boring machine there to do these two. So I'm going to do them two. You do them two at a time. Well, I do them two at a time. Okay. Thanks a lot then. Cheers. Hello. Right, I've just trimmed those first two liners off. I took the boring machine to trim them down level with the top, close to level with the top, and then just rubbed them over with a file using the deck face as a guide. And I think they're quite okay. They're good thick liners, aren't they? Good thick sleeves. I'm never sure whether liner or sleeve is the correct expression. I think I tend to use the term liners, but if I say liners and it's wrong, I mean sleeves. Okay, so there you go, and there's the fresh bore ready to be machined. I have some problems with some of these bores that I went oversize. And I was hoping that some Loctite would have arrived today, but it hasn't arrived. And when this block was hot, the liner was actually loose in that third bore there. That one there. Which is number 7, isn't it? And I know number 8's a bit loose. I didn't know number 7 was that loose. But I'm hoping that it'll be within the realms of what the Loctite can do. It's just a slip fit rather than a light press. But even then you saw how that one there, was it that one we did second? It grabbed the liner, didn't it? I had to finish it off with a hammer. All a little bit touch and go. Okay, not looking too bad. I'm sure this one will run again. If not for long. I'm sure it'll run again. Okay, I'll bring you back when there's more to show. I don't know what it is, but I just haven't been able to get a grip on this job at all. These two liners are in. I had Geoff and Jack helping me earlier, and they've gone in great. No problem. I knew I'd gone over on this one here. It's just a sort of slide-in fit, so my intention was to fit it using Loctite. I'd measured this with the micrometer, with a gauge and a micrometer, and it was bang on, and I've just come to it now. The indication on the micrometer was bang on. Here's a liner. Well, that ain't right, is it? It's actually loose, look. And I've just double checked, and I've just double checked, and I'm a whole revolution out. That should be there at 3.425 plus 15, which is 3.440, and I'm there. I'm at 3.465. I'm 25 thou over. Hence this. Now that's much too much for to use any sort of, Loctite. So if I'm going to continue with this repair, I've got to source another liner that's bigger and go bigger. There is a UK manufacturer of liners, actually based about 25 miles from here. So hopefully, I've just had a quick look online and they do have one. I've got to go out to 3.500. I don't know how much meat's left there, but well, that's at 65, 35, that's 35 thou, bigger than that. Anyway, that's the situation there. I think this one will be okay with the Loctite, because it is kind of just goes, and it's going tighter as I'm pushing it down there. Kind of just goes, and it's gone tight there. But this one hasn't been cleaned off. It's still got some residue on it, so I'm not very happy about that. I might go with Loctite, or I might get another liner for that one as well. Not as big as that one, but there is one that's a slight bit bigger that I could do that with. It's more and more expense all the time, having already bought the liners, these liners. Okay, but nonetheless, so I can't do anything with those at the moment, so I might as well flip the motor and get it set up to put whichever ones I can in here. But I think one of these is a bit oversized. No, actually, yeah, that one's loose, look. But I think that one's in the realms of being able to do it with Loctite. Okay, that's okay, and that one's okay. I went too big on that one, and even though I thought I was bang on the size, I was 25 thou over on that one. Crazy. Oh dear, not very good, is it? Poor workman blames his tools. I just had a look actually, and the other thing that was a little bit lucky was, look, we were really close to coming off the edge there when I was hammering it. But anyway, hey ho. Okay, onwards and upwards. Never let it get you down. Never let it get. It's only a hobby at the end of the day. I'll lift it up and get it flipped over. And I'll just to close the day now. State of play. We've put those two liners in there. Those are the ones I did earlier with Geoff and Jack. We flipped it over, and me and Jack this time, we got the heat guns on this cylinder, dropped this one in, and it went into about 1/4 of an inch off the bottom, and I just give it a bit of a knock and it went down. And this one, then once we put this one in, we moved to this one, and this one just went straight down, nice. And I just gave it a tap afterwards just to ensure that it was seated. I wonder sometimes if it might bounce, you see, but I don't think it did. It just went boom, straight in, clunk. Didn't film it. Jack helped me put these in, which I'm pleased about. It's nice to get your family involved, isn't it? So tomorrow, it's these two. And I think both of these are going to be done with Loctite, purely because this one went slightly over. I think it will have to be hammered in, but it's slightly over because I won't freeze it, you see, if I'm going to use Loctite. And this one is the one with the repair there, so I want Loctite in this bore. And it's got another crack here, which you can't see very well, but you can see the braze down there. You might just be able to make out the crack. It runs across the top of the braze repair, like at the top of a letter T. I'm not going to try and repair it. I'm just going to use Loctite to hold the sleeve in. But I've got four bores lined now. Sleeved, lined, whatever it is. And they're all the ones at the front, to be honest. All the ones at the back are the ones that give me problems. So there you go, another job that's gone well, despite all the disasters. Those are disasters that can be sorted out another day. I think today's little effort went well. Okay, thanks very much for joining me in the garage then. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Hello, I'm in Geoff's Zephyr. What year is it, Geoff?
55.
55 Zephyr, 6-cylinder. We're on the motorway, we're following this truck and we're doing 56 mile an hour. Geoff's got the overdrive on, so the speedo's a bit out.
70 by the speedo.
Yeah, it's a very nice car. It's had a mild restoration, but is like virtually untouched inside. It was in good condition, but needed a lot of bodywork, and Geoff's done all the bodywork and done all the mechanical work. Converted it to overdrive, and you can see the digital speedo there. It's a nice car, and I'll get a couple of overall outside shots when we arrive. Where we're going is Gaydon. They're doing like a classic car gathering, and it's a Tuesday evening, and it's October, so it's not going to be light for very long, but it's the first time we've been down here for this classic car gathering, so let's find out what it's like when we get there. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Here's an old one, I'm not sure what it is. Oh, Elvis, I've just read it on the front. Because it's not a Ford, I don't recognise it so well. Nice little drop head. Nice instruments. Proper old-fashioned British job, isn't it? 4-cylinder engine. All exposed, look there. I'm just wondering what that belt drive there is, whether it's a... it's a dynamo, look, it's a generator. Because that's not prop shaft, that's engine speed, isn't it there? Electric fan, look, must have put it up to 12 volts, I guess. MGB. Lotus, Porsche, and I think that's a Gilburn. It's called a Gilburn. Yeah, it's a Gilburn. Now, the only thing I remember about these, they were built in Wales, and it's got a dragon on the grille. Pretty sure they're glass fibre. Not sure. Morris Minor there, but it's not a Morris, this one's an Austin. Hello, dog. Now they give the telltale sign is the crinkly grille. Looks in nice condition actually. Do you remember mine? Yeah, I had an Austin, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, mine was an Austin.
Nice, isn't it?
It's lovely. I'm looking at how straight the bedsides are.
Right as a die, mate.
Yeah.
Right as a die.
Yeah.
It's the original tool.
Yeah. On mine it was all rusty along here, so I had to kind of let a piece in. Yeah, I had to let a piece in. I bought the new floor panels from what was that place in Birmingham?
It's called the Morris Minor Centre.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Strangely enough. Yeah. I would have guessed that. Good name.
The
Original, isn't it?
exhaust's really raspy on these, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this one is. It's hell of a bark.
Yeah.
If you come down a hill and just take your foot off,
Yeah.
Boy actually barks back.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, that's clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? The old A series.
My cleaning.
That's funny though, isn't it? Look, the engine's got Morris on it.
No, never put an Austin sticker on.
No.
God.
I don't mind telling you, mate. It's a credit, you know. It's really, really nice. It's
credit
like
to them
a lot
for
better than
years
mine.
ago, yeah.
It's a lot better than mine was. Triumph GT6, TVR, Porsche, something else. The Zephyr and the Herald, MG, another GT6, Porsche, standard 10. When you see a registration like that with an S in the middle, that's because the original number from this plate must have been sold and they issued it with a Scottish registration as a replacement. Imagine that belongs to Mick. Oh, right, this is no, don't misunderstand me, I know nothing about this car, but it says Thornycroft on a badge on the front. Obviously what they call brass era. It's got a brake on the input to the axle there, look. Brakes on the rear wheels. And I was interested in the brake cable there, which runs along and runs through the middle. It comes out the other side, and that's obviously the equaliser from one side to the other. Big alloy bracket there, look, on the frame. I imagine that's the frame down there. There's a frame up here and a frame down there. It's like twin frames. Or like a subframe or something, not sure. Here's the motor, look, 4 cylinders. Side valve. You know, one piece head and cylinder. I don't know anything about it, do I? I don't know why. This must be some sort of rudimentary distributor here, look. See, it's gear driven off the cam. And it's got some sort of distribution thing here. And these must be probably some sort of low tension wire, come back through that tube, back to here. Yeah, it's got a trembler box, look. So those are 4 triggers for 4 coils, a bit like a Model T. All brass switches on the dashboard there, look. No windscreen as such, look. Controls on the steering. Big honk 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 horn there. King of the road, Lucas. Nice, isn't it, looking at some of these old things. Thornycroft, look. John I. Thornycroft and Company Limited. Chiswick, Basingstoke and Southampton. Very nice. Look, here's a Lanchester. Rather nice, isn't it? Look at me, poor video technique, look, got all my shadow in the way. That's really nice, isn't it, actually? E.D. Abbott Limited, it says on the sill plate. I like the speaking tube.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Is that the right term for it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, I guessed it.
You've got a socially distanced screen there.
Yeah, that's of course. It's ideal, isn't it? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Because after the Spanish flu, one pandemic to another. Sorry.
I think whoever rode in the back of there was just socially distanced anyway. Full stop. Look at that little Lancia Fulvia. Look very light at the back, don't they? On a little beam axle. I think these have that. Look how light an area it is inside. Nice, isn't it? They have that very narrow V. It's a V4, but the cylinders are very narrowly disposed, and it just uses a single cylinder head. I think. Big old silver streak. There's a nice E-Type just rolled in, look. Look at his number plate. How nice is that? U1.
So I've been doing quite a bit of side pin as well.
It's A40 here. Wellesbourne Garage. Wellesbourne isn't far from here. Sorry about the racket. That's very nice actually, isn't it? Mum. Oh dear, look, it's got a little scrape on the back. I bet that was annoying. There's a Jeep, look, with a little trailer on it. Because this is like a throwback to years ago when people used to use hand signals, and of course in England, being a left-hand drive vehicle meant you couldn't give hand signals, so you used to have to kind of put a sign like that on it, look, left-hand drive, no signals. I don't know enough about the Jeeps to be able to say how authentic it is. There's a nice Corvette here, look. Here's a nice Corvette. C-Reg 65. Nice, very nice actually. 4-speed. Little bit like the Thunderbird actually, the dashboard. Here's Jaguar. .3.5 litre. Aye badge. I've got one of those in a tin at home. That used to be my dad's. AA is Automobile Association, you know, motorists club. Look at the way the dash is sunk right back under the dash. If I knew more about them, I'd say what it was, whether it's a Mark 5 or a Mark 7, I'm just not sure. Something like that. And here's a nice a nice Rover 110 here. That's one of the more powerful, I think that's the most powerful one of these that they did. The 110. Huey. Lovely, lovely E-Type. Nice, yeah, very traditional sort of interior. Lots of toggle switches. Little gear stick, 4-speed. Aluminium look. Very nice. Undo, right, offside. In England, you refer to, imagine that's the curb side, so that's called the near side, and this is the offside.
I think I'll make it out.
BMW. Yeah, 2002 Ti. Nice. I just saw something I didn't expect to see. This somewhat pre-loved Chevy's just rocked up. I thought, well, that's unusual, you know, bug catcher. It's got a Ford engine in it. Somebody who knows a bit more about it than me could say what that is. I seem to remember the Clevelands having heads like that. It just shows, doesn't it? You can't judge. You know, you just can't foretell what something's going to have. There's a nice E-Type here, another E-Type. You can tell that's like longer, isn't it? And with a higher roof, that's like the sort of, they call it 2+2. Still a nice car though. A bit more kind of plush inside. Nice bucket seats. Oh, little MG there, look. He's off, he's had enough. Don't blame him, it's bloody freezing. Here's a nice little minivan. It's got what I used to call, when I was a kid, Cooper S reverse rims. 10-inch wheels. But it's got the genuine van type non-removable grille, which must be a right pain, because one of the good things about a Mini is you can take the grille off and get to the distributor easily. That's just going to make it so much harder to work on. All the Minis are always just kind of dolled up a little bit, you know. Hardly any of them are standard anymore.
In 1986, when they ran the car, for the first half of the season, mechanical problems, and the 6R4 didn't really reach its potential until the second half of 1986. Of course, motorsport history then took a turn, and following a few in Group B rallying, FISA decided that that would be the end of that particular rally era. About £40,000. Although the story goes they had so many spare ones, eventually you could buy one for about £16,000. And with a few modifications, you could actually go rallying on the clubman scene. And the 6R4 was very much a hit for national and international rallies, and had a much longer career. So here you are, one of our unique cars in our collection, the real starting point for one of the most exciting eras of rallying, and all based on the humble Metro.
Well, that's it. That's it. The end of the evening. I think we're gonna jump in the car now and drive back because it's gone rather cold. Okay. Thanks very much for joining me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Here's the lovely old Zephyr. Look. Hello. Look at what a mess the place is. Got all this stuff left over here from doing brakes and things. I've got this little compressor here that I've done a repair on. This table's covered in wheel cylinders, many of which are no good. Gasket material and grease. There's a box here with stuff tipped all over the floor when I was looking for that brake pipe bracket. And I've just started on another job because I kind of get so engrossed in what I'm trying to do that I forget about taking the time to tidy up. So I've brought the axle in. Now this axle it's a pilot axle. It's the one that I did that axle ratio check in a video years ago. And this axle was fitted to my Roadster and ran 99.9 on the beach at Pt10, something like that, 99.8. And it's got 378 gears in it. Now the axle that I used in this car when I first put it together has 411s. So I'd rather use this axle. The only thing is, this axle is a 6 spline and the other axle is a 10 spline. So the drive shaft that I made for this car is set up to use a 10 spline. So one of the jobs that I will do is to convert the drive shaft again to 6 spline. But hey, you know, I've got a lathe and it'll make interesting video material. But I don't need to do that straight away. I can fit the axle with just the torque tube, don't need the drive shaft. So I can put sort of dummy engine, dummy gearbox, torque tube, axle and spring in place, and then take care of the next sort of round of jobs, which will be, you know, brake back plates, radius, rods, shock mounts, and all that sort of good stuff. All that sort of stuff that you need to make a good driving car. So my first task now is to tidy up and get rid of everything that isn't to do with the job in hand. I'll bring you back when I'm ready to do a bit. I just wanted to do this as a little intro that I am going to start looking at the back axle. I've got my spring out, 32 spring, and I've just given it just a gentle wire brush to get the worst of the, it's only a bit of dusty, you know, surface rust. It's not too bad actually, but I don't like the look of these bushes. Can you see that that one's already pulled off centre? So I thought, well, I'll just give it a try, see if I can just drive it out. And I've been driving it out with this, which seems to be doing okay. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 2. I bet this one don't go because it already looks a bit mushroom. Oh, wait a minute, are these them bigger diameter ones? Oh. Yeah, I think these might be 7/8. Yeah, I think they are, aren't they? Yeah, they're those ones that are 7/8. I might be putting them back in yet, but I'll put them round the other way. Wonder if I can put them back in. I haven't thought this through. These are the only ones I've got because these are 7/8 on the OD. So what I'll do, I'll put them in, back in, but I'll put them that way round so that they're pulling in this direction. Because it's a spring, there's some give. Okay, I think I've got away with it. We'll leave it at that. So there's the bushes back in again. Don't look great, but you know, it's repro parts in it. I'll see if I can find some proper decent 7/8 diameter bushes and, you know, replace them. They'll do for now for a mock-up anyway. There's the axle and there's the torque tube, and my son helped me lift the frame, and we've lifted the frame and I've supported it under the tie bar, what do they call it, that spreader bar there, so that leaves the axle area free. Okay, I'll bring you back when there's more to show. Hello, look, I'm trying to fit the rear spring. I have my spring spreader attached to it and I've stretched it as much as I dare. I even undid the central bolt as much as I could to take some tension out of it, and it's very close to being able to just go in. I've fitted one side there and I can't quite do this one because that clamp is in the way. So I need to reposition that clamp. Hopefully I can do that without it all falling off. And I think with just a little bit more tension on the spring spreader, or maybe a G-clamp between the spring and the bush thing, I can pull it into place. So let's see how I get on. I've got the other thing on there. I thought I was recording all that, but it looks like I wasn't. And I tightened that up. And this end was a little bit wide, so I put that G-clamp between the eye and there, pulled it together and put that one on. I'm going to do the other side now, so let's see if I can do that. Straight on. More or less straight on, that one. So I just need 2 nuts, non-locking. There we go. Okay, good. So that means I can take this off. I can't take this off because I need to release the tension on the spring spreader. It's very tight. I think if you just tried going straight onto the spring with the spring spread, it wouldn't go. Hence, you have to use these brackets. Okay, right. So there we go. There's the axle. The axle and the spring as an assembly. Wrestling it round on the floor. So now, hopefully, what I can do, I can bolt that torque tube on. I won't put the drive shaft in for now because I need to check that everything's okay. And I can put a gearbox, or maybe just, I'm not sure if you can do it, but maybe just the back end of a gearbox, the mount on there, and I can get the axle into place. So that'll be the next little adventure. Okay, thanks very much for joining me in the garage then. See you next time. Bye.